My next guest is CBD Global Sciences CEO and President Brad Wyatt. Brad, you just started trading on the CSE and looks like the stock's doing very well. Give us an overview of what is the business of CBD Global Sciences.
CBD Global Science is a CBD manufacturing seed to sale. And a lot of people say that, we actually walk the walk. I own the supply chain all the way through. That includes the growth of the actual plant, the extraction into oil, and then the manufacturing into finished product. And then the takeout is the distribution network to large-scale retailers and e-commerce.
What kind of volume are you doing in 2019?
2019, we're on track right now through the end of Q2. That's the reported numbers. We booked just under 3.5 mil. On track right now to finish out hopefully around 10 mil.
Okay, and so where are your products to be found at this point?
Right now at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport at Minute Sweets, we are launching with Group New Age Beverage. That is also a publicly traded company, and they'll be carrying some of our hydration products, sparkling water and the flat water. And then we're rolling into have several POs and distribution contracts into several of the large-scale retailers.
Is the play here a large-scale, United States-focused MSO in the CBD space?
The opportunities are beyond just the U.S. borders. We're actually, I returned in May from Zurich, a lot of good talks over there, and not only working synergies for genetics and improving our plant and production, but also looking at distribution into the EU. So there's, the U.S. has got a plethora of opportunity, don't get me wrong, but we don't have our vision focused on just that.
The competitive landscape for CBD products in the U.S., is it something that you would characterize as tough at this point? It seems to me there's a lot of product. I get 12 email a day from people selling CBD products, but I don't buy them because I don't know, well, A, I'm in Canada, so they don't travel well across borders, but I also don't have a high level of trust for something that comes at me in an email that I've never subscribed to.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, the 2018 Farm Bill legalized it in the United States so that we can manufacture and sell CBD throughout all 50 states. But a lot of the agencies haven't caught up yet with that new law. So for example, the FDA has to come online. We also are looking for the USDA to give us guidance on the certified seed programs. So a lot of that right now is creating, for lack of better terms, a Wild West. You know, we focus on efficacy. Does it work? Because the initial sale is not the sale that you're looking for. Of course, we want people to try a new product that they haven't tried before. But if it doesn't work, if they don't get the feeling that they're looking for, it's not going to be a pass-through or a sell-through. So when you look at the opportunities that are out there and the people that are trying to get those opportunities, it's the ones that are looking a little bit further down the road and focused on the consumer's needs, and that's what we're focusing on.
How many acres do you have under cultivation?
This past harvest, we had 350 registered acres with the Colorado Department of Agriculture. And then next year, 2020, every year we expand a little bit more, and scaling is a big deal. So we're looking at around 1,000 acres next year.
Wow. So that's how much CBD?
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. Is there a number that you can say that we isolate this amount of CBD from 1 acre of plant?
It really boils down to the genetics, the plant count that you're putting into it, the type of plant, and then the production of CBD from that plant. You know, our genetics, we have a few of the mainstream genetics that everyone's using, then we have a few of our own that we've crossbred that are workhorses for us. I will say that as we get better and learn more about this crop, we're utilizing the land a lot better each and every year. So it's not about the land grab on how many acres you're growing, it's about how effectively you're utilizing that acreage, and then of course taking care of the land itself.
What's the highest volume of CBD strain you can get that still maintains the 0.3% THC restriction to keep it in the hemp category?
Typically right now, the plants, the CBD and the THC levels are going to increase pretty much in lockstep. As you come across a genetic that works better, providing a better spectrum of cannabinoids, along with a higher CBD content. There's going to be variance. It's a natural product. So, we typically will look at our plants around the 12 to 15%. And if you allow that plant to stay in the field, sometimes it will end up going into the hot category. So you got to be careful. You got to make sure you're testing all the way through, and we do that.
Sounds like a fascinating operation. I can't wait to check it out. Now tell me about your extraction. What is the methodology that you employ?
The first step of converting the biomass into oil is the extraction process. And the extraction process is a simple ethanol wash, typically at a chilled state, and then the cannabinoids will be taken out of the plant matter, and then you'll evaporate the ethanol out. So solvent recovery is very important. We use food grade ethanol, so everything is kept in the standards of being able to be inputted into a food product. As far as the economics of it, it's the most economical way to pull it out. And for us, it makes sense to use the ethanol because we're a full spectrum company, meaning I want the full plant cannabinoid structure. And we believe efficacy-wise, that's going to work for the human body.
Okay, and so tell me about the capital structure. How many shares are out? How much does management own?
Fully diluted, when notes are converted and such, we're looking around the 85 million shares outstanding. That's if everyone exercises and converts. As far as management, we're probably around the 25 to 30% insiders in management. So
you're going to grow this thing, and you've got you're alluding to relationships with large scale retailers that you can't talk about now, but how competitive is that environment for getting CBD products on the shelves in major, I'm assuming you mean multi-state retailers?
I think a lot of it's going to have to do with where these retailers are at in the space and their requirements on quality and control. That part, I think, is where we're going to see a lot of M&A activity happening, or people just washing out because they're not focused on the long-term goal of the consumers, and that is being able to walk into a reputable retailer and buy a reputable product and then count on that product to be the same every single time. So we've got two of my favorites. Aethix is a sports wellness brand, and we're focusing on things that may ail the average athlete all the way up to the super athletes. This is a 1,000 milligram CBD infused lotion, and then the tincture. It's a 2,000 milligram CBD. Now, again, this is all full spectrum, so we have all the cannabinoids complementing, but what I measure is the actual CBD content.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. The CBD products that I saw in the UK, everywhere I went, the drugstores had CBD products in them, but there was nothing you could get in a sufficient dosage of CBD content that would do anything for me. I do 50 milligrams a day, so I look at those 2 and 5 milligram per dosage concoctions, and I think, well, somebody who tries that for their first time is not going to have a positive outcome. They're not going to have any outcome.
Exactly.
So I look at all of that and think, how many people are going and trying CBD for the first time and saying, I don't get it, there's nothing here?
That's my biggest concern, because the competitors that I'm up against right now, there are a lot of good product out there on the market, but if you're not focused on the efficacy, giving that experience to the consumer, what they are looking for, whether it's some sort of pain relief or, like you were saying, a daily dose just to keep everything even kilter. If you're not getting it, you're not going to buy it again.
Right.
So it's very important that we clean ourselves up as an industry and make this work out for the consumer in the end.
Twenty-one, 2